In the closing stages of the 2023-24 NBA season, it's clear that Victor Wembanyama is the real deal. The hype surrounding Wemby before he entered the league was enormous, comparable only to the buzz around LeBron James. We've never seen such a tall, skillful player with such a great outside shot. Big things were expected from the 7'4" unicorn in his first season, and somehow he has exceeded those expectations, breaking new records almost every week. Despite being on a minutes restriction, averaging just under 30 minutes per game, Wemby has had an incredible rookie season. Even before joining the NBA, he was already turning heads while playing in France with Metro 92. His highlights were must-watch content for NBA fans, leading to massive viewership for his debut game with the San Antonio Spurs. Wembanyama's debut broke viewership records, becoming the most-watched opening night game in over a decade. More than 3 million people tuned in live to see him score 15 points against the Dallas Mavericks. The excitement around him didn't stop there. His jersey from that debut game sold for an astonishing $762,000, shattering the previous record for an NBA rookie debut jersey. Wemby's early performances were good, but he really put the world on notice in his fifth game against Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and the Phoenix Suns. He scored 38 points on just 26 shots, hitting 50% from the three-point line, and led the Spurs to a surprising win. This made him the third teenager ever to score at least 38 points in an NBA game, joining the elite company of LeBron James and Kevin Durant. He also tied the record for the most points in a single game by a player in their first 5 NBA games since Larry Kennan in 1976. Even on his off nights, Wemby was breaking records. In a December game against the Chicago Bulls, despite shooting 8 of 20 and the Spurs losing their 16th game in a row, he became the youngest player in NBA history to record 20 points and 20 rebounds in a single game, breaking Dwight Howard's record by 4 days. Wembanyama and Howard are the only 2 teenagers to achieve this feat, showcasing Wemby's incredible talent on both ends of the court. December was a particularly historic month for Wemby, marked by a record-breaking streak of double-doubles. Starting with a game on November 26th against the reigning champion Denver Nuggets, where he scored 22 points and grabbed 11 rebounds, Wemby went on to record 4 consecutive double-doubles. His performance was closing in on the rookie record for the most consecutive double-doubles, which was also held by Dwight Howard. Dwight's record was equaled when the Spurs beat the Lakers, thanks to Wemby getting his 7th double-double. A couple of days later, the Spurs got blown out by the Pelicans, but Wemby still managed to break Dwight's record by scoring 17 points and grabbing 13 rebounds, making it 8 double-doubles in a row. The streak ended in the next game against the Bulls, but Wemby had already made history with his incredible performance on both ends of the floor. But Wemby wasn't done breaking records. On December 28th, he did something no NBA player had ever done before. He scored 30 points and blocked 7 shots in just 24 minutes. Absolutely ridiculous. Even though the Spurs are still managing his minutes carefully, Wemby is putting up insane stats. No other player in league history has achieved such a feat in such a short amount of time, and it came in a winning effort against the Trailblazers, ending the Spurs' 5-game losing streak. It was a performance we may never see again. Some might think that all this 7-footer can do is dunk and rebound, but Wemby's record-breaking performances show he's already one of the most skilled big men ever. It's not even up for debate at this point. Wemby started 2024 by breaking even more records. On January 10th, he helped the Spurs to a big win over the struggling Detroit Pistons. Even with his minutes limited to 21, Wemby became the youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double without a turnover. His 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists broke Andre Iguodala's record from 2005, and Wemby was more than a year younger than Iguodala when he did it. He almost set another record in the same game, as his 21-minute triple-double was the second fastest in league history, just behind Russell Westbrook. Triple-doubles are impressive for any player, and Wemby is showing he's capable of putting up great all-around performances. In February 2024, he got his second triple-double, and it was a special one. With 6 minutes left in the game against the Raptors, Wemby blocked Grady Dick's shot to get his 10th block, marking his first triple-double with blocks. He became the first player in over 3 years to achieve this, and the first in league history to notch 10 blocks and 5 assists in under 30 minutes. Wemby did it all in just 29 minutes and is already on his way to catching legends like Dikembe Mutombo and Hakeem Olajuwon for the most triple-doubles with blocks. The Spurs are asking a lot from Wemby, and he's delivering night after night, showing flashes of brilliance and putting up special season stats. One thing that really sets Wemby apart from other talented seven-footers is his impressive three-point shooting. He demonstrated his shooting skills in his Pro A highlights, and they've translated well to the NBA. Wemby became the first player in league history to record 150 assists, 150 blocks, and 75 threes in a single season. It's been years since a rookie achieved 150 assists and 150 blocks in their first year, with Pau Gasol being the last to do it. Wemby's achievement, combined with his three-point shooting, proves he's a true unicorn in the league. Wemby can do things on the basketball court that we've never seen before, allowing him to set records that no one has even come close to. For example, no player in NBA history has managed to score at least 25 points, grab 10 rebounds, dish out 5 assists, block 5 shots, and make 5 three-pointers all in one game. Not even the greats like LeBron James or Russell Westbrook have pulled that off. But Wemby did just that in a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. At the end of February, all eyes were on the matchup between Wemby's Spurs and Chet Holmgren's Thunder. Despite the Thunder being one of the best teams in the NBA, the Spurs, led by their rookie center Wemby, came out on top with a 14-point victory. Wemby put up 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks, while hitting 5 of 7 three-pointers. This performance snapped a 5-game losing streak for the Spurs and set another record for Wemby. In that very same game, Wemby broke a long-standing Spurs record for most threes in a game by a rookie. Who would have thought a 7.4 center would be the one to break it? He showed off his impressive shooting range, hitting 5 three-pointers and proving he's a threat from everywhere on the court. Wemby also joined the prestigious 55 Club on February 23rd in a game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Despite the Spurs losing by 5 points, Wemby put on a show, scoring 27 points, grabbing 10 rebounds, dishing out 8 assists, and recording 5 steals and 5 blocks. The 55 Club includes only a few players in NBA history who've managed at least 5 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks in a single game. Wemby is the youngest to ever achieve this feat, joining legends like Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, and Anthony Davis. Even LeBron James praised him, saying, "He doesn't have a ceiling. He can do whatever he wants to do in his career." Wemby's rookie season has been special. The expectations were huge, but he's exceeded them. His defensive work is arguably the most impressive part of his game. Despite concerns about the NBA's physicality, Wemby has been a lockdown defender, leading the league in blocks with an average of 3.6 per game. The only rookie to lead the league in blocks was Manute Bol back in 1985, and Wemby is on track to become the second. Wemby is also in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, an extraordinary achievement for a rookie. He became just the second player in NBA history to have more than 200 blocks and 100 three-pointers in a single season, joining Raef LaFrentz. He's also the first rookie since Spurs legend Tim Duncan to record at least 200 blocks in a season. Clearly, the Spurs have a knack for drafting brilliant big men, and with Wemby leading the way, more titles could be on the horizon for San Antonio. In early March, Wemby made history again by becoming the first rookie to record more than 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 30 points in a single game. He did this against the Indiana Pacers with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 blocks while shooting 65% from the field and 75% from the three-point line. It's no wonder the NBA community is buzzing about this French phenom. Wembanyama's rookie season has been nothing short of historic, and he just keeps breaking records. In the Spurs' 81st game against the Denver Nuggets, Wemby achieved another incredible feat. He became the first NBA player ever to score 1,500 points, block 250 shots, and make over 300 three-pointers in a single season. This cements his status as the most versatile big man in NBA history, and he's just getting started. As the 2023-24 season wraps up, Wemby is set to become the first rookie in NBA history to average at least 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks per game. That's a stat line you'd expect from a Hall of Fame center, but Wemby is doing it in his first year. playing around 30 minutes per game. At just 20 years old, he's making historic contributions night after night. It's the season he'll have in the NBA. We're already wondering if there are any records left that he can't break. Wemby has rewritten pretty much every San Antonio Spurs rookie record, and he's only going to get better. So, what other records do you think Victor Wembanyama can break in the next few years? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.
LeBron, as you mentioned, as the hub, has 8 of those. Staring down Wembanyama. One for the generations. A moment of posterity there.
When LeBron James first praised Victor Wembanyama, calling him special and predicting greatness, many people brushed it off as just more hype surrounding the NBA's next big thing.
Always something a little special about going against #1 picks. You, of course, have seen 20 of them since you were. What did you make of Vic tonight?
I've said it from the beginning that he's special, and he has an unbelievable coach that's going to make sure that he does things the right way, play the game the right way, and he's going to continue to develop. But he's already special, but he's going to continue to get better and better and better, each and every game, each and every year that he steps on this floor.
Fast forward to today, and Victor Wembanyama has been voted the unanimous NBA Rookie of the Year. It's a confirmation that LeBron's early predictions about this generational talent were spot on. So why didn't anyone listen to LeBron? Let's break down how Wembanyama has proven LeBron totally right. LeBron James has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to recognizing talent. When he first saw Victor Wembanyama play, LeBron didn't hold back. He called Wembanyama special and even described him as more like an alien because of his unique combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
Everybody, we're labeling like this unicorn thing. Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien. No one has ever seen anyone as tall as he is, but as fluid and as graceful he is out on the floor. That's 7'4" or 7'5" or 7'3", whatever the case may be. His ability to put the ball on the floor.
After their first matchup, LeBron remarked that the San Antonio Spurs had gotten a good one, and boy, was he right. Yet maybe they thought it was just another case of a hyped prospect who wouldn't live up to expectations. But as we've seen throughout his rookie season,
his ability to put the ball on the floor, shoot step-back jumpers out of the post, step-back threes, catch and shoot threes, block shots. He's for sure a generational talent, and hopefully he continues to stay healthy. That's what's most important.
LeBron was talking about a player who would come along once in a generation and change the landscape of the NBA. Generational talent is real. In his first season, Wembanyama has done things we've rarely, if ever, seen from a rookie. His ability to score from anywhere on the floor, block shots, and rebound is incredible. LeBron wasn't just making noise when he talked about Wembanyama's potential. He was accurately describing what this young player would become. And now, with the unanimous Rookie of the Year title to his name, Wembanyama has lived up to every bit of that generational status. LeBron's early assessment of Victor Wembanyama didn't stop at calling him a generational talent. Wembanyama can shoot threes like a guard, block shots like a big man, and dribble like a point guard. LeBron knew this from day one, and now the entire basketball world is seeing just how right he was. It's all had about Victor Wembanyama entering the NBA was his physique. At 7'4", Wembanyama had a slender frame, and many questioned whether he could handle the physicality of the league. But as LeBron noted early on, Wembanyama's work ethic would help him overcome any physical limitations. And sure enough, during his rookie season, Wembanyama has transformed his body to better compete against the league's most physical players. This physical transformation has played a huge part in Victor Wembanyama's Rookie of the Year success. He's not just relying on his height and wingspan, he's building the strength necessary to go toe-to-toe with the NBA's toughest competition. LeBron's early prediction that Wembanyama's dedication would guide his development has been spot on, and this is only the beginning of what Wembanyama will accomplish. While a lot of the attention on Victor Wembanyama has been focused on his offensive abilities, LeBron was one of the first to highlight how dominant Wembanyama would be on defense. And once again, LeBron's prediction has come true. Wembanyama leads the NBA in blocks and is consistently one of the top performers in defensive metrics like defensive win shares and box plus minus. This defensive prowess is what has truly set Wembanyama apart in his Rookie of the Year campaign. He's not just a scorer or a flashy player, he's a game changer on both ends of the floor. LeBron knew that Wembanyama's ability to protect the rim and disrupt opponents would make him one of the most dangerous players in the league, and we've seen exactly that throughout his rookie season. One of the less talked about aspects of Victor Wembanyama's game is his incredible basketball IQ. LeBron was quick to point this out, saying that Wembanyama plays with a maturity and understanding of the game that's rare for someone so young. Throughout his rookie season, Wembanyama has shown a knack for reading defenses, making smart passes, and anticipating plays before they even happen. Wembanyama's high basketball IQ has been a huge factor in his ability to adapt so quickly to the NBA. While many rookies struggle to adjust to the speed and complexity of the game, Wembanyama has thrived. This is another area where LeBron's early praise was spot on. He recognized that Wembanyama wasn't just physically gifted, but also one of the smartest players on the court. The mutual respect between LeBron James and Victor Wembanyama has been one of the more intriguing storylines of the season. After each matchup between the two, we've seen both players express admiration for one another. LeBron has continued to praise Wembanyama even after he won Rookie of the Year, while Wembanyama has spoken openly about his respect for LeBron as one of the greatest players in NBA history.
Speaking of LeBron, he called you a special talent. Now that you have gone against him in the regular season, what was that like? In addition to hearing that praise, did it make that matchup even more special for you?
Yeah, I mean, just playing against him, and I think every player of like my generation feels the same. Playing against LeBron, guys like LeBron, but especially him, make the matchup very special and yeah, kind of surreal sometimes just to see guys like that in real life.
This relationship between Wembanyama and LeBron is more than just two superstars exchanging compliments. It's a mentorship of sorts. Wembanyama is learning from one of the best to ever play the game, and having someone like LeBron in his corner is only going to help him grow even more. This respect between the two players is a key part of Wembanyama's development and future success. Now that Victor Wembanyama has been named NBA Rookie of the Year, the expectations for his future are sky high. He's already shown that he can live up to the hype, but the question now is, how far can he go? With his combination of size, skill, basketball IQ, and work ethic, there's no limit to what Wembanyama can achieve. MVP awards and championships are not just possibilities, they're expectations. LeBron's early praise of Wembanyama wasn't just about what he could do as a rookie, it was about what he could become over the course of his career. With this unanimous Rookie of the Year award under his belt, Wembanyama has set the bar incredibly high, not just for himself, but for every future rookie coming into the NBA. So what's next for Victor Wembanyama? With his Rookie of the Year season in the books and LeBron James firmly in his corner, the future looks brighter than ever. The next step is continuing to improve, building on his already elite skill set and leading the San Antonio Spurs to greater success. There's already talk about Wembanyama competing for MVP in the coming seasons, and with the trajectory he's on, it's hard to argue against that possibility. LeBron saw this potential from the very beginning. He knew that Wembanyama wasn't just another rookie, he was the future of basketball. Now, with the unanimous NBA Rookie of the Year award and a season full of record-breaking performances, the rest of the world is finally starting to see what LeBron saw all along. Victor Wembanyama is not just living up to the hype, he's redefining what it means to be the future of the NBA. LeBron James knew it before anyone else. Victor Wembanyama was destined for greatness. With a unanimous NBA Rookie of the Year award under his belt, Wembanyama has proven that LeBron's early words weren't just predictions, they were the truth. The NBA is changing, and Wembanyama is at the center of it. If you didn't listen to LeBron then, you should start paying attention now, because this is just the beginning of Victor Wembanyama's reign.
Two, and look at them guard one another. Trying to poke it away. Uh-oh! Oh!
Before he came into the league, everyone described him as a unicorn. And every time Victor Wembanyama gets on the court, we see why they call him that. Guess what though? Even off the court, Wembley is still built different.
Yeah, it's a dream for anyone, you know, to be.
And his lifestyle isn't that of a regular baller. Just how much of his lifestyle isn't what you think? Stick around to find out. The media call him a unicorn. LeBron James has called him an alien.
We're labeling like this unicorn thing. Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien.
And when you take a look at his crazy diet and lifestyle, maybe he's actually both of those things. But to fully understand how and why Wembanyama's lifestyle is different from what you'd assume, we have to get back to his roots. Everyone knows he's French. But what you don't know is that Victor comes from a long line of athletes and ballers. This goes back to 2 generations before him, as both of his maternal grandparents played basketball. In fact, his granddad, Michel de Fautereau, went as far as playing pro basketball in the top basketball division in France in the 1960s, representing the Paris University Club. Coming down to his parents, Wemby's mom, Elodie de Fautereau, also played pro basketball before going into coaching. His dad, Felix, on the other hand, wasn't much of a basketball dude, but was a successful track and field athlete in his native country of Congo. We should add that both his folks are 6'3", so Victor has all the right genes. Even his siblings, his older sister Eve and younger brother Oscar, both play basketball professionally and at youth level. Clearly, Victor Wembanyama was born to play basketball, but surprisingly enough, this dude had other career plans as a kid. Growing up in the western suburbs, Wemby spent most of his earlier years trying out as a soccer goalkeeper and also practicing judo. But that was all before the growth spurt kicked in. As crazy as it sounds, Wembanyama was already 5'11" when he was just 9 years old, so his parents ensured he began focusing more on basketball. Given his mom was a professional basketball coach and trainer, it didn't take long for a young Victor to hone his skills on the court. He soon got into the youth system of Nanterre 92, and from then on, it was up and away. Wemby's development process was really crazy. Spanish giants FC Barcelona were trying to sign him at just age 14. He'd eventually decline Barca's offer and stay at Nanterre, which led to him getting his professional debut in the LMB Pro A at just age 15.
I mean, whether I like it, everything went in.
Hold up. Wait a minute. What about schooling? Apparently, Wembanyama was a genius in school and was a year ahead of his age, attending a state-funded school in France in agreement with Nanterre 92. After that, he proceeded to earn his baccalaureate, which is technically a French national academic qualification for high schoolers, but which is supervised by full university professors. Wemby earned this degree in Earth and Life Sciences and Social and Economic Sciences. Additional fun fact just for you. Wembanyama actually taught himself to speak English by watching videos from American accounts on Instagram and English language television shows since his middle school days. Now, back to the basketball court. 2 years after joining Nanterre, Victor moved to ASVEL and dominated the Pro A League in 1 season before joining the Metropolitans 92. And in the next couple of seasons, Wembanyama conquered French basketball. And you probably know the rest. He became the most hyped NBA prospect since LeBron James, declared for the 2023 NBA draft, got selected by the Spurs, and has spent the last few months balling. Before you go, oh, he hasn't been balling because the Spurs are having a terrible season. Pay attention to these. Yeah, the San Antonio Spurs are 15th in the West and are having an abysmal season with an 8-35 record. However, if there has been any glimmer of hope for Popovich's young team, it's definitely Victor Wembanyama. In the 37 games he's had in his rookie season, Wemby is currently averaging a super impressive 20.3 points, 10.0 rebounds, and 2.9 assists. His outstanding average of 3.2 blocks also means he has the highest blocks per game in the entire NBA, which is an insane feat for any rookie. Speaking of rookies, there's still a good number of games left in this 2023-24 NBA season. But as it stands, Victor Wembanyama is on his way to being named Rookie of the Year. The only competition he might have is OKC's Chet Holmgren, who's averaging 17.3 points, 7.2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 2.5 blocks in 42 games so far. But here's the thing about the Rookie of the Year award. Chet is playing on a Thunder's team that is second in the West and has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has over 31 points per game, and Jalen Williams with over 18 points. Wemby, on the other hand, has the Spurs sitting at the bottom of the rankings in the same conference. Everyone thought Greg Popovich's team had hit rock bottom last season after they finished with just 22 regular season wins, but this season is definitely looking worse. Despite the lack of support, however, time and time again, we've seen Wembanyama take all the responsibility with some record-breaking performances this season. This guy has gone 8 straight games posting doubles, dropped a crazy 35-point, 10-rebound, 2-block stat line against the Phoenix Suns, something only LeBron and Durant have ever done, and also became the youngest NBA player in history to drop a 20-20 game when he did so against the Bulls. And that's in just half a season. Living true to the unicorn hype, perhaps Victor Wembanyama's most outstanding attribute is how he manages to contribute maximally at both ends of the court. We mean he's leading the league in blocks and is up there with the highest scorers. In the words of his coach, Greg Popovich, Wemby has really progressed in his aggressiveness. From early on this season, we've seen that he needs to do some extra work on his three-point shooting, but he hasn't let that bother him one bit. Instead, Wemby had allowed himself to become the target by running the entire floor and setting the tone of defense for the entire Spurs roster. Sure, the success of the entire team is what matters most, but Wembanyama obviously understands this, as shown by his attitude to being benched at the start of the second half during the Spurs' loss against the Hawks on MLK Day. Dude really said, "I like to be coached. I like to be threatened to be sent to the G League if I don't play the right way. I like when there are consequences to my mistakes." So you know what? Whenever Popovich gets it right with his young Spurs team, we'll definitely get an even better version of Victor Wembanyama. You know what's fun about the NBA though? Even if the Spurs aren't playing well enough for Wembanyama to show his full potential, he's still getting paid. And when we say getting paid, we're talking about a really fat paycheck. Okay, you want accurate numbers. We've got them. Victor Wembanyama is currently earning a total of $12.1 million in salary for his rookie season, as part of his total $55.7 million contract set to keep him in San Antonio for 4 years. That's the largest rookie deal in the NBA this season by a stretch, and it's only going to get better. The structure of the big man's contract will see him earn up to a whopping $17 million by his 4th season. There's also an option to extend a qualifying offer to the center, which will cost the Spurs over $23.6 million if they choose to activate it. And let's be real, there's even more money for Wembanyama. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Based on Wemby's current rookie contract, the 20-year-old could really be on the way to becoming the first player to earn $1 billion in NBA salaries. That's what the projections and the NBA's current contract limits show. We'll break it down for you. After a rookie deal worth over $55 million, Wembanyama is eligible for a 5-year rookie max extension deal that would pay him $316 million. If he stays fit and continues to deliver all-star seasons, his next deal would be a so-called supermax contract, which pays $529 million over 5 years. Do some quick math, and already Wembanyama would have his career earnings running in just over $900 million. And remember, the San Antonio Spurs center is just 20 years old and would be in his early 30s, meaning if he decides to play to his mid to late 30s, he would get another supermax contract that would take his total earnings to over $1 billion in just its first year. Just so you know, these are well-calculated numbers by NBA finance experts. So when Wembanyama does hit that billion 15 years from now, remember, you heard it here first. As much money as he seems to be making already, Wembanyama has even more coming in from endorsement deals. The first of these deals is with Nike,
Hey, this is Victor Wembanyama. It's 2023.
the brand he's been wearing on the court since he turned pro in the French league LNBA Pro A at age 15. Victor is now signed to the Swoosh brand in a deal rumored to be worth over $100 million, although the details haven't been publicly disclosed. Wembanyama hasn't kept the fact that he hopes to one day get his own signature sneakers with Nike hidden though. Describing what the Wembanyama basketball shoes would be like, he said, "I want mine to look light and align with my game. It has to be flexible so people can move quick." Sounds cool, right? We'll be waiting for them to drop. Still on the topic of endorsement deals, Victor Wembanyama also has lucrative deals with game developer 2K, plant-based sports drink Barcode, and sports merchandise retailer Fanatics. Given the caliber of player he is, one would expect this dude to have more endorsement deals than these. However, endorsing companies isn't just a money-making scheme for the youngsters. Nah, for this dude, signing with mega companies and brands has to do with how the product aligns with his personal image. For example, you've probably never heard this before, but Wembanyama turned down juicier offers from sports drinks Gatorade and Body Armor to sign with Barcode. Why? The plant-based drink company offered Wembanyama an opportunity to invest, and the product was relatable to Wembanyama's mother, who's also a nutritionist and massage therapist. That explains why Wembanyama said this after signing with Barcode. "Partnering with a brand that wouldn't have been healthy and I wouldn't drink would be inauthentic. That would be me losing my identity." If that isn't him being a unicorn, then how about the fact that he doesn't live extravagantly despite all the money he makes? Yup. He's been a pro for about 5 years and has been in the NBA for months, but he's still the same old dude. Wemby hasn't bought a new house, hasn't gotten a flashy car, and doesn't spend his free time partying like other young NBA players. Instead, he sticks to his strict diet routine of eating about 5 times a day. Oh yeah, because that 7-foot body needs all the fuel it can get. Doing unique exercises like juggling tennis balls and fast twitch muscle drills, and sleeping for 10 to 11 hours daily. We all thought LeBron was kidding when he called Wemby an alien that one time. But come on, aliens don't get any weirder than this. Dude's hobbies are just basic stuff, like enjoying science fiction like Star Wars and dabbling with arts and literature. Maybe he's still settling into being the limelight, or maybe that's just how it is. Whatever the case is, we'll be keeping a close eye on him to find out. So make sure you stick around for all the info. Enjoying the vibe? Join the tribe. Oh, and while I have your attention, here's another video I thought you might enjoy. Michael Jordan wasn't picked for his high school varsity basketball team because he was too short. Yeah, this Michael Jordan. This snub became Jordan's lifelong motivator. A few years later, he was the NBA Rookie of the Year. Fast forward, Jordan has collected 6 championship rings, earned the title of the greatest basketball player ever, and evolved into a billionaire with an iconic brand. Michael Jordan's amazing career shows how to keep going after your goals. Today, we examine his top 5 most powerful quotes to motivate us to be our best and pursue our dreams. You might recognize some of these quotes, but I'm sure you won't know all 5. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1963. His mother Dolores was a bank teller and his father James was a maintenance worker who loved sports, particularly basketball and baseball. Michael had 4 siblings who all helped develop his competitive spirit, especially his older brother Larry. The two were fiercely competitive, and their daily 1v1 games frequently resulted in heated fights. When you come to blows with someone you absolutely love, that's igniting every fire within you, Jordan said in The Last Dance. In fact, the only player Jordan considered better than himself was Larry. This leads us to our first motivational quote. I play to win, whether during practice or a real game. Michael Jordan's desire to win was evident from his childhood, as he played fiercely with his brother. Winning was more than motivation. It was his purpose. He approached every competition, from NBA Finals to a simple coin toss, as if it were life's most crucial event. Although wanting to win is important, smart training is even more important. Jordan knew this from the start and worked hard to improve his technique. This brings us to our second motivational quote. You can practice shooting 8 hours a day, but if your technique is wrong, then all you become is very good at shooting the wrong way. Get the fundamentals down, and the level of everything you do will rise. Playing 1v1 in their backyard court with Larry was crucial to Jordan's development, particularly for his renowned defensive abilities. His emphasis on defense was evident when he was named Defensive Player of the Year in 1988 and was named to the All-Defense team 9 times. Jordan preferred that fans remember him for his defense rather than his offense. Jordan strengthened his core to improve his speed and jumping. Adding weightlifting and agility training produced quick results and inspired his Bulls teammates to form the Breakfast Club and win 3 consecutive championships from 1991 to 1993 and 3 from 1996 to 1998. This teaches us that we must not only work hard, but also smart, emphasizing the importance of mastering the fundamentals. When you have a strong foundation in the fundamentals, you will elevate your overall performance and increase your chances of success. Michael Jordan retired 3 times in his career. The first, in 1993, was prompted by the tragic death of his father James in a robbery, which deeply affected him. Surprisingly, he decided to play baseball in honor of his father, even though it didn't go well, with a .202 batting average and disappointing seasons. His teammates saw potential in him and praised his skills, willingness to learn, hard work, and respect for others. Jordan's baseball venture didn't pan out, leading him to return to basketball in 1995, 2 years after his initial retirement. Which leads us to our next quote. Oh, by the way, if you agree that Michael Jordan was the greatest player ever, make sure you subscribe. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But I can't accept not trying. Michael Jordan's venture into baseball demonstrates his remarkable mindset, turning disappointment into motivation. Despite the setback, he realized his true calling was on the basketball court. His return to basketball was neatly expressed in a press release. I'm back. Indeed, he was, claiming 3 NBA championships shortly thereafter. Jordan's willingness to accept the possibility of failure in any endeavor, acknowledging that failure is a natural and common part of life. Everyone fails at something at some point. However, what Jordan cannot accept is not making an attempt or not putting in the effort to try. This is a powerful message about the importance of taking risks and pursuing one's goals. It's better to try and possibly fail than to never try at all. This quote serves as an inspirational reminder to not let fear of failure hold you back from pursuing your ambitions and dreams. Only 2 more quotes remain, and here's the next one. Once I made a decision, I never thought about it again. Michael Jordan's life is a testament to diverse ventures, from basketball and baseball to profitable commercial deals, notably Air Jordans. Jordan ventured into steakhouses, NASCAR teams, and co-ownership of the Charlotte Hornets. Jordan's success comes from looking ahead, not dwelling on doubt or second-guessing. His resolute and unwavering approach to decision-making is pursued with complete focus and determination. Jordan avoids self-doubt and distractions, allowing him to wholeheartedly pursue his chosen path. While his baseball career might have seemed like a failure, the quote isn't about mindlessly pursuing decisions. It's about giving your best and knowing when to pivot. Jordan's reaction to his baseball setback was to push forward in his basketball career and become the greatest player the game had ever seen. His transformation into his airness. But how exactly did he really become his airness? What was the key to Michael Jordan achieving greatness? The answer: through failure. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. The list of NBA legends who've missed the most shots includes LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and of course, Michael Jordan. Failure should be embraced, not feared. Jordan recognized his many failures, but he did not let them deter him. Instead, he learned from his mistakes and persevered. In reality, there are only two types of failure: not trying at all and giving up. Michael Jordan, with his 6 championship rings, business acumen, and sports versatility, exemplifies this mindset. His repeated failures led to his extraordinary success, making him an inspiring figure for all of us. So there you have it, Jordan's formula for success. Play to win, train wisely, give it your all, do not doubt yourself, and lean into failure. Based on his work history, it seems to be a winning formula. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for our next inspirational sports icon.